No, 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 wrong. Chip. Barbie nipple dog dude. Bush. This quote is about 10 days old. The relationship between the United States and Europe is the broadest and most vibrant it has ever been. What? I mean, remember when he said that when he met Vladimir Putin, I looked into his eyes and I saw his soul. What is less widely publicized is what Putin had to say about Bush. A while back, he compared Bush to, quote, a madman running about with a razor in his hand. No one needs to tell me what I believe, but I need somebody to tell me where Kosovo is. And this is who's in charge of a war. And we've got him and his wisdom and the evil regents around the Clown Prince for 6 more months, and they're hell-bent on finding an excuse to attack Iran. Bush was even asked, well, what does your father think of what you're doing over there? Oh, there's a higher father I appeal to. And then they got to jump all over people like John Kerry or Jesse Jackson or Kanye West or the Dixie Chicks for one patriotically incorrect thing. But then in the 2004 election, Bush actually got away with telling a group of Amish people on the campaign trail in July of 2004, I trust God speaks through me. Yeah. What? Is this why he's never wrong and has no regrets about anything he does? Is because, you know, everything he does, and anytime you question him, you're questioning the will of the Almighty? We can think of somebody else with that exact same mentality who's caused similar problems, and his name is Osama bin Laden. Yeah. Bob Woodward, in the second of the 3 books he wrote about the Bush administration, after we went into Iraq, he asked the Clown Prince, how is history going to judge what you've done here? We don't know, and I'll be dead. What? 6 more months, people. Is he one of these last generation nut jobs? He already has a guy who should still be in jail for Contragate crimes. Elliot Abrams is the Undersecretary of State for Middle Eastern Affairs, having regular meetings with the Christian right and the Jewish right to get everybody on the same page as to where Israel's borders should be when the Messiah comes back. Yeah, I mean, you know, what happens if somebody does put it in Bush's little pea brain, you know, well, maybe you are the Antichrist. We do, you want the rapture to happen, don't you? You want Jesus to come back, don't you? Well, yeah, I've been waiting to take him around the ranch in my golf cart called Gator. Well, you know, for that, you need the rapture, George, and for that, you need Armageddon, George. Come on, George, push the buttons, George. Then you blow up the world hundreds and hundreds of times with all of our weapons of mass destruction. Then you can be commissioner of baseball in heaven. 6 more months. I mean, some of this end-time stuff is kind of cool. I kind of like the rapture in a way. All the hardcore, fundamentalist, bigot believers who go so far out of their way to make everybody else so miserable, all rising up into the heavens at once, like in a Jack T. Chick comic book, all rising into the heavens naked to leave the rest of us to put the planet back together in peace. That I don't mind. Armageddon could really ruin your shopping day. It could really wreak havoc with your Facebook and MySpace pages if everything melts. So what do we do when we're still under the iron fist of a Bush, a Dick, and a Colin? And I bring Colin back because Obama's hanging out with him now. The rest of the world and all the craziness doesn't stop just because we're having a tabloid circus of an election whose cycle goes on way, way, way too long just so the election industrial complex can make money, and everybody's so sick of the evil of 2 lessers that they don't vote at the end. No, this isn't just against Bush. Even if he's not on TV anymore, we are still left with Bushism itself, and a very spineless response on what supposedly is the other side. How many of you are